Greetings in the love and in the light of the one infinite creator. I'm Andrii Zvorygin and am here with Bill Blackham and Josh. Today, we are gathered to discuss the creator experiencing itself. Long ago, the one infinite creator decided to split off bits of itself to experience itself. Each one of us, and you, is one such bit experiencing creator. Now for Bill's introduction.
Hello, we welcome you to this Law of One instruction effort in the love and light of the one infinite creator. It is our desire to serve through this exercise. The topic we are introducing and covering today is experiencing the creator experiencing itself, We are grateful for those who listen to our attempt to teach. We are grateful you can be with us on this journey of learning, growing, and spiritually evolving. We are seekers of the light and truth, engaging the material produced by the channelers of LL Research who have been receiving luminary information for over 60 years. We thank those of LL Research who have channeled and continue to channel and produce spiritual information to this day. We thank all those who serve and work at LL Research. We thank those entities of the Confederation of Planets in the service of the one infinite creator that provide the information we wish to discuss. We are attempting to learn a topic as a social memory complex. The phrases teach, learn, and social memory complex are Confederation terminology. This means we desire to teach a topic as a unified group. We, the teachers, will learn, and as people learn, teach in Confederation terminology, those that learn from the teachers will teach those who they are learning from. Perhaps our attempt to explain this material from our unique perspective may help others have a clearer understanding of the discussed topic. We are grateful to have the opportunity to be in a position of teaching and learning. At this point, we wish to make it clear that we are not experts or authorities on any such topic we cover, and we are not infallible on what we have to say. We would ask that you use your own discrimination to determine whether the words and concepts we share with you have a value in your spiritual journey at this time. If there are any that do not, we would ask you to lay them aside and think not a second thought about them, and use only the words and concepts that speak to your heart, that speak to your journey that you are on now, as we do not wish to be a stumbling block in your seeking. Thank you for being here with us. We start with Josh on the topic of the creator experiencing itself. Josh?
Thank you, Bill and Andre, for the great introductions. Welcome, everyone. Today, as you heard, we'll be talking about the creator experiencing itself. Again, I've pulled a few quotes from Quo, member of the Confederation of Planets in the service of the one infinite creator, channeled by L&L Research, on the topic of the creator experiencing itself. So here's the first one I have. This is from 2000. Thusly, it is well to look at the basics of the situation, to begin to see into why you as a soul would have chosen to put yourself into the way of such suffering as you now experience. May we say that the stories that we spin are our suppositions and not fact, but we suppose that the Creator said to itself, I desire to know myself. We suppose that is the desire that birthed creation. This Creator, wishing to know itself, spun out of itself an infinite creation with an infinite number of unique souls, each of which contained the Creator within it. This creation was cast into the creation of light. Thusly, you, as a creation of love, were given a creation built of light in order that you might experience the illusion of time and space and cause and effect, so that in this illusory dream, each unique portion of the one infinite creator could become an experiencer, a reasoner, a source of information for the infinite creator about itself. So there's a lot jam-packed in that one. The concept, I think, first off, to understand is when they say all of creation was birthed by the thought, I desire to know myself. If you can imagine a point before the Big Bang when there's just nothing, it's just all nothing. Nothing exists. It's all one, right? We talked about that last week. That pure single consciousness became aware, and then it became self-aware of itself, and it wanted to know itself. It wanted to examine, experience itself. So in order to do that, essentially you can imagine there was the Big Bang, made all the planets, all the people, right? And all of it is that same one. We are like the sensors, the feelers, sense organs, for the creator through us. We're the creator's fingertips. It's feeling everything out by you living your life and being linked to it. So I'll get on to the next quote here. And that's how it learns. It's curious and it just wants more info. You could think of it. This one's quote 1985, I believe. Each of us is unique. This is not a uniqueness that is attempted, that is worked at, or that is in any way manipulative, nor is it anything that can be manipulated, for your identity is one harmonious chord of being, unique in the whole creation, infinite in its beauty, and irreplaceable. And so you sit in circle within a dwelling place in meditation, each chord blending with each chord as the whole group becomes one identity, seeking the one which is not unique, but which is limitless. That from which you are derived, shall we say, had no identity until it decided in the vastness of timelessness to experience itself. And so you sit in meditation, far-flung bits of the Creator who have become unique. You experience each other, and the Creator experiences itself. So pretty much the last sentence or two from there is what I had explained in the previous one. Just you could see it from another lens there. This is 96. However, without the illusion, the Creator rests in unity. It does not dream or talk to itself. Indeed, one might somewhat whimsically call space-time and time-space as the dream of the one infinite Creator, and in this dream the Creator hopes to know itself. So I like that quote right there, pretty short and sweet, and does a good job explaining that behind this illusion, which is everything we could think and know, it's just that unity. It's just that nothingness or everythingness, either or, and the Creator desired to know itself once it, took its first step, you could say. 2000. For as the Creator has sought to know itself through the operation of the creation, which each is somewhat aware of, each portion of the creation, which is the Creator, seeks to become more fully aware of the one Creator as the source of the self. Thus, there is inbuilt in all creation the desire to move, to know, to experience, to live, and to engage in each process of living of the life, the experience of the world of the creation. Each portion of the one Creator partakes in some of that which is and some of that which is not. That is to say, each is a portion of the Creator, yet each acts as though it were alone in many instances. There is the process of individualization, of the intense focusing of consciousness so that it reflects an individual point of view, offering to the one Creator yet another avenue of knowing itself. So again, it's there's an image of, there's one being, let's say, hiding behind a wall, and then it sticks its hands through the wall, and you see its fingertips right above the wall there, and it's like, oh, this is me, that's you, I'm another person, but really it's just your hand, right? It's just one thing playing puppet show, as all of us, because it, we are the memory. and the experiences that add to the collective memory. All right, last one here, 1996. However, without the illusion, the creation rests in unity. Again, it does not dream or talk to itself. Indeed, one might. Oh, I'm sorry. This is a repeat. So that's all I got. I'd like at this time to have Andre speak further.
Oh, I thought it was Bill's turn. No. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
sorry. Go ahead, Bill.
Okay.
Not a problem. I'd like to start just with the raw contact in 82.25. It basically says each incarnation is intended to be a course in the creator knowing itself. And then they say a review, or shall we say, to continue the metaphor, each test is an integral portion of the process of the creator knowing itself. So basically, every lifetime we live, we pass away and leave the incarnation, have a life review, and that's the creator knowing itself. And so each creation, each lifetime is the creator knowing itself. And from November 5th, 2000, this is all quo, it's a session about change. And this is kind of a long quote, but it sets up what's going on. It says, in other illusions where time and space have different structures, it may be seen that there is not the explosion, and the explosion they mean is the Big Bang, but rather the transformative process which rolls from light to light to light. And by this, we mean that there are levels of what this instrument would call rotation of light that creates vast numbers of structures, which are seen as systems of vibration and vibrational fields having their relative existence in various sizes or orders of your time and space, so that from the smallest to the largest structure of vibration, from the lowest to the highest density of vibration, there are put in motion by the logos system, which are destined to roll the metamorphoses from the position of what your density would be the beginning of the creation to the ending of creation, when all of these energies have reacted with all of the other energies which are appropriate for them to react with. All energy has been spent, all desire has been balanced, and the exhausted and used energy and experience has been harvested or eaten by the one infinite creator and absorbed at the end of the creation. This describes the basic background against which self-aware entities such as yourself and we experience and add our harvest to the knowledge of that knowledge the creator has of itself. So basically that kind of describes existence and what's going on with the energies, and then how the creator is experiencing itself. And then from the same session, it says there are quanta or heartbeats in which the creator's knowledge of itself is rendered open to alteration by the self-aware entities, which are principles of the creator, choosing by their free will to gather information and to process it in such a manner. And this the creator can never know ahead of time and does not wish to know ahead of time. It is an important principle to the creator that its portions that have been offered this background of densities and illusions have complete free will in looking at the creation around it and responding to it, and in making those responses into a process of change, metamorphosis, and transformation of a certain kind. For each choice that each self-aware entity makes creates new possibilities, new patterns, and new potential choices that may add to the creator's experience of itself. And that one's really interesting because it says the creator can never know ahead of time and does not wish to know ahead of time. You know, it's experiencing its self. And from the same Kuo, and this one's really interesting. Carla asked, are we not also food? but because we are self-aware, we become food of another kind. And she says, my thinking on this is that all of these thoughts, awareness, changes, conclusions, everything that we evolve through in a way that emotion and suffering and feelings, are they not food for the creator so that we are part of the food chain too? And Kuo says we are in agreement. And it says the purpose of the entire creation is that the creator may know itself. So that's the purpose of creation. And then finally, they say the entire creation is that which fascinates us in an absolute sense. For there is nothing but the one creator knowing itself in infinite variety. So that's creation in a nutshell, just the creator experiencing itself. And the last quote I'll do is from April 21st, 2002. And this is Kuo, where Kuo says, what does the creator hope for from you? But that you be yourself and that you explore what the self is in an ever more profound sense, that you come to experience with your whole self and allow them to affect you. The creator's interest is in learning more about itself. Foreign cameo, you are the microcosm of which the creator is the macrocosm. And then it says at the very end, your responsibility to the creator then begins with being who you are, not striving, not making efforts, but indeed letting go and releasing that which is not you. So our responsibility to the creator for it to experience itself is for us to be as authentically possible as we can, or to be as authentic as we can or we are, and so that the creator can experience in us in our full authenticity. And over to you, Andrii.
Okay. So I wanted to start with this quote here from 1988, August 2nd. For all beings are truly a portion of the Creator and of the Self. And as the seeker of truth looks within to find the truth within itself, any experience or entity that it comes upon in its journey of seeking will reflect some portion of inner truth to it. And as the seeker is able to draw onto itself all expressions of the Creator and to see them as the Creator, as the Self, and as love, then so they become that which they are, and no longer are that which they seem. The persona, the mask, is removed, and for that seeker of truth, that seeker stands before the mirror, which looks into its own soul and the heart of the Creator. So, what this is trying to convey here is that when you are looking at another person, and then you realize that that person is the Creator, and that you are the Creator, and that any kind of negative or even positive feelings that you may have about that other person are you having this mirror in front of you. And so, I think that's a really beautiful concept in that way, because the idea is to kind of let go of the persona or the shell where, thinking I am different, better or less than the other person, but instead recognizing that you are the Creator experiencing itself. Okay. Next quote, 2002, December 16. I am Kuo. We would suggest that these experiences of unity with the one Creator, the experience during which one feels great inspiration and such, may be likened to the stages of a journey, where there is a marker left on the trail by the Self and for the Self, at certain times during which there is an opportunity for an increased level of service. Some may call this inspiration. Some may call this a reaffirmation or dedication. Indeed, there is a quality of a connection with unity, which of itself will be made apparent through the life pattern and energy exchanges that follow such experiences. For it is not possible to feel so inspired and aware and not be changed to a degree which will be noticed and be a means of service in itself, in that the light from within the soul shines forth in a nurturing fashion. And so when we're having these experiences of the creator experiencing itself, we are actually of service to the entire creation, because that is the whole purpose of this creation, is for the creator to experience itself. And so there is a great joy whenever someone recognizes, I am the creator experiencing itself, because it's like a mission accomplished. It's doing what was wanted is happening, you know, by God, the creator. And another one, 1989, January 29. Most of the forgiveness that is needed at the beginning of the spiritual search is in the forgiveness of the self. For one forgives others far more easily than one forgives the self. It is most certainly important to forgive and love and care for the self in a nurturing manner, in order that one may love one's neighbor as oneself, as it is said in your holy work, the Bible. How can service to others be performed by those who do not love the self? For all other selves are in truth as the self. All are beloved and intimate, for all are brothers and sisters of one infinite Creator, whose expression to all of us is in much, much love. This creator is most interested in each, tastes and relishes the experiences of each, and we in return, those countless brothers and sisters of the creation, move ever more intently toward re-entering that same awareness, which is the consciousness of love itself. So there's a couple aspects to it in this quote. The last part was that they were saying that they're on this journey too. And then the first part is talking about the importance of forgiveness, and especially of forgiveness of self. And this is really important for people who are starting out on the journey of doing this. Because, so for example, if someone, that person who is also the creator, and then you're upset with them because of something they did or said, and then that creates the separation between you and them. And conversely, if you are upset with yourself and you feel like you're unworthy or that you're better than someone else because of some insecurity or something like that, then that also creates separation. And so that forgiveness, it helps to remove that separation by forgiving the other person, forgiving yourself. You are, in essence, allowing the creator to manifest in your relationship together. Okay, so we have time for a few more. And 1988, August 2nd, thus we do offer the information concerning negative entities and their offering of temptation to positive entities as those which to be feared, not as those which to be feared, but that which is a normal part of the evolutionary progress within your illusion, in order that the progress of each path, both positive and negative, might through their interaction strengthen the other, in order that one creator might through these experiences know itself more fully, and each entity within the creation, through these experiences, might know itself more fully and the one creator more fully and more intensely. So this is very to the point of the last point, that some people are like, but Andrei, there's some people that I don't want to forgive. There's those people that did those bad things, and I'm not those people. I don't identify with those people, and I don't want to forgive those people, and they're evil. And so that creates that separation. And what this is explaining is that those negative entities are just a normal part of the creation. We're going to go into more depth on this in another session, but this is critical for understanding the creator experiencing itself, because if you don't recognize that they are the creator, then you don't realize that you're the creator experiencing itself. And so by seeing that, the Confederation explains that these entities, they're you can call them negative in the sense that they're kind of drawing things in. They could be considered like dark because they're sucking in all the light, all of the services. And then whereas service to others entities are really bright and shining, because they're emanating all this light and all this service. But you really need both. In order to be of service to others, someone needs to require that service. If we were all just trying to be of service to others all the time, I mean, it could still definitely work. But in the great balance of creation, this basically you have to have faith in the creator, that the creator knows what they're doing and that you don't. And you have to forgive and love them and realize they are the creator as well. So here's another one, each from 2016, December 3rd. Each logos has the ability to create a system of planetary entities that will provide it with further means by which to offer to the creator experience that reveal itself more fully. Whether there may be 2 or 3 or more logoi involved in such an experiment is up to the free will choice of those who share the desire to join together with others of their kind to provide an experience that is enough at variance from what could be produced by a single logos, that the experiment is undertaken. Now, a logos in this context is a galaxy. So a galaxy in the raw contact and law of one is kind of like the base unit of consciousness. And so the logos is creating an experience, and then we're like sub logoi that are within this galaxy that so the galaxy fine tunes the creation within itself for some kind of parameters, and our sublogoi or our sun fine tunes it a little bit more, and then our planet fine tunes it a little bit more, and then each of us fine tunes it in our own way. And so 2, 3, or more logoi can come together and then create a new experience of the creator experiencing itself. For example, us 3 here gathered today to do this experience of teach learning. And or say if a group of people want to play a game, they're playing like soccer, they are creating a new game or like a unique experience of the creator experiencing itself. All right, so let's move on to the free discussion component of our session here. Bill or Josh, did you guys have some commentary or anything you'd like to say? Oh, you're muted.
I can go on. I really, for me personally, aside from the basic law of one, where everything's one, all beings are one, the idea of the creator experiencing itself is so fundamental, because if you really think about it, that's all that's going on. I mean, it's like Andrii described at the beginning of the show. The creator split itself up into all of creation, and it's creating itself in an infinite variety of ways. And we're all, the creator split itself up. So that means what the creator split itself up into was itself. So we're all part of that self of the creator. So we're all the creator. I'm the creator. Andrei's the creator. Josh is the creator. So, but the creator is experiencing itself. And if you, the quote I gave out of the quote, the creator does not know ahead of time what its creations will do, because it's experiencing itself, which throws out the idea of, omnipresence or whatever that omni thing is, where the God knows everything and knows everything that's going to happen. that's not necessarily the case, at least in my viewpoint, because the creator is experiencing itself. So it is so fundamental, in my opinion, to understand that the creator is experiencing itself, and that's all that's going on. And in that way, if one really looks at it like that, oh, that's the creator experiencing itself, that's the creator experiencing itself, then that means, for example, in session 420, it basically said, um, that there's no polarity, no right or wrong, no disharmony, There's just a law of one. And so this tells me that no matter what's going on, I can let it go. No matter how evil it is, no matter how offensive it is to me, even if it happens to me, I potentially have to I have to let it go, because I know that it's just the creator experiencing itself. So, like Andrii was talking about, you forgive yourself first, and if you can forgive yourself, you can forgive others, and you can move on. And if you really understand this principle, that the creator is experiencing itself, it should help you overcome, or at least get over a lot of things that are going on, especially in this illusion where we don't know we're the creator. We don't know what's going on. And and in the Confederation literature, it says that we're purposely confused in this third density. These are things we haven't gone over yet, but we will in the future, hopefully. And so it's just such a fundamental perspective of the creator, knowing that the creator is experiencing itself. I mean, once you can really believe that, you can throw everything out the window and just go, oh, that guy's sitting in that pile of mud doing that. Oh, that's the creator experiencing itself. Oh, there's the guy on top of the pyramid just, enslaving everybody he can under him. That's the creator experiencing itself. Oh, that's the kind mother, helping her children and loving all her relatives around her. That's the creator experiencing itself. So that's what I really want to impart, is the underlying foundation that this belief is.
Nice. There was another quote I wanted to share here. It's 2019, September 28th. Mkuo. Indeed, music, as you call it, the rhythm of the spheres, is that which is a significant portion of each higher density, so that the orchestral sounds and vibratory patterns of musical expression become a primary means of communication between some entities who have a predilection towards vibrating in harmony with those beings that are of the portion of the family or spiritual groupings of entities who, as a portion of their daily worship of the creation and the creator, vibrate in musical notation their joy and love of living the higher density experience. There is within each entity a certain notational vibration that is unique to each entity, so that the entity itself becomes likened onto an instrument that may be played not only by the entity itself, but by the one creator that exists within each entity. Each entity has within it the ability to vibrate musical notations in such a fashion that the creation itself begins to sing within such an entity. This type of orchestral vibration then becomes a worshipful experience for each entity that is able to partake in this type of internalization of music of the spheres, as it is called. And I just think that's so beautiful, because I was reading the Kalevala, and Vanaimo, who is the lead protagonist, is a wizard, and he sings lots of songs, and this over here is saying how each of us is an instrument. We are an instrument of the creator, and we have the option of allowing the creator within ourselves to play us as an instrument. And the creator playing us as an instrument is a wonderful, worshipful experience that we can have. And we'll cover that in another session in more depth. But that is an essential and beautiful aspect of the creator experiencing itself, is that when we really kind of get into it and accept it and love it, that we are the creator experiencing itself, our level of joy rises as we get in more harmony with the creation. And as they say, orgasm is the steady state of the creation for like higher density entities. As you become more spiritually developed, your base level of joy just rises, and you have more things to be grateful for. And your happiness is higher, your satiation is higher, and think there's so, and it's just like this beautiful journey, and we're all on it together.
And that's a sexual orgasm you're talking about.
Yes.
The metaphor is a sexual orgasm.
Yes. Yeah, they often use that metaphor, and that basically that it's the experience of the sexual orgasm is a joyful experience, and it is also, it kind of gives us a taste of the amount of joy that it is to be one with the creator. Because in that moment, especially if we're in child conception, then we are being creators in that moment. And so that's when we get that hint of that joy and that love of the creator. And so when we are allowing the creator to work through us, the creator also rewards us with this joy. And it can be orgasmic in its feeling, even if it's non-sexual, because we are being the creator experiencing itself.
And it's a constant state as far as creation goes.
Yeah.
So if we were to go into bliss, we'd be feeling like that all the time.
Yeah. We actually were talking about that earlier today, that I think it's mentioned beyond this life, out of this incarnation, the steady state of existence, their baseline is our ecstasy and bliss and orgasm. That's like their everyday, normal, 24/7 waking, consciousness. So you got a lot to look forward to, I guess. And, I had a couple more things here I'd like to mention real quick. This one's back on the creator experiencing itself, back from the rock context, session 1014, where goes into ask for the general development of the reader of this book. Could you state some of the practices or exercises to perform to produce an acceleration toward the law of one? And he gives a lengthy detail on exercise 1. However, exercise 3 and 4. Exercise 2. The universe is one being. When a mind-body-spirit complex views another mind-body-spirit complex, see the creator. This is a helpful experience. So that means, when you see anybody else, see them as the creator. Think of it. Oh, that's the creator. Exercise 3. Gaze within a mirror. See the creator. So obviously, staring at yourself. You too are the creator. Exercise 4. Gaze at the creation which lies about yourself. See the creator. So the trees, the birds, the sky, the clouds, the dirt, it's all the creator. Also, and it's all the creator experiencing itself. During a previous chat our group had, I had this summary, I guess you could say, which is good to know or keep in mind, that may help you, help your perspective if you're interested in this philosophy and the law of one, that reality is a holographic fractal feedback loop of the creator experiencing itself through all as all. So feedback loop there being the key part of how, it's experiencing self and iterating. Like they were saying, the galaxy, the sun, the earth, the person, the cell, the atom, etc. And we're all each one of the individual fingers on the infinite fractal hand of the Creator, sensing every aspect of the creation of reality and reporting its data signals back to the central nervous system of the one source that connects all. So the image that, as I mentioned earlier, we're like the data collecting senses, feeling, tasting, touching, smelling of the Creator on all levels. We're just in the point of view as a person, but everything is doing that as well, Creator experiencing itself.
Yeah. I wanted to expand on that, what both what Josh and Bill are saying about where the Creator is eating us or using us as food. And so in my understanding of that, what happens is that we go through our life, and then and then we go back to the soul world and we regroup, and we have all these lives and we progress, and over the next trillion or so years, everyone will turn service to others, and then we will all turn into one big social memory complex. And then once we've gone through all of the possible ramifications of everything that has ever occurred in this creation, whenever a person, say for instance, runs out of things to do during their incarnation or during the between life, they have the option of going back and merging with like a soul generating star or source. And then eventually all of these soul generating stars at the end of our creation will all merge back into the one infinite Creator. And each one of these creations is considered one heartbeat of the one infinite Creator. So from the Big Bang until the Great Crunch, or whatever it's gonna be at that time, that is one heartbeat of the one infinite Creator. And actually, Ra has even talked about the previous ones. Okay, and so now I guess for closing, Josh has some things to mention.
Yeah, I'll share real quick here. Thank you for watching this long, if you're still here with us. And if you'd like to know more or be more engaged and involved, should you choose, we have plenty of opportunities for you to join us in our Circle of Seeking. The three of us plus many others, including the president of the board of LNL Research, as well as sometimes Jim McCarty, is part of some of these groups that we are part of. So there is a Love and Light Unity meditation group that meets on Sundays, every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, where we do a 20-minute meditation and then discuss as a group before and afterwards about the Law of One and other spiritual topics. Also, every Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we have the Reading the Law of One group, where each week we read one session from the Raw Contact and discuss it, share thoughts, questions, comments to deepen our mutual understanding of the Law of One, which we are also doing here. And on Tuesday evenings at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time and Saturday mornings at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, Jonathan Tong facilitates the Seattle Law of One study group that also does a 20-minute meditation and discussions in regards to the Law of One. So you are all most welcome to join. Check the description for the links. They're held on Zoom and Facebook Messenger rooms. And Bill, please go ahead. You are muted, Bill.
All right. Thank you, Josh. Yeah, I thought this was a really informative session, very important, basic, fundamental foundation for learning this material. We now end this session. We are grateful for the audience. We have attempted to teach and learn a topic has a social memory complex, which is a very important concept to us because we resonate with the Confederation philosophy and believe we are, as humanity, forming and becoming a social memory complex from planet Earth. We thank those at LL Research and we thank the Confederation. If you wish to support those at LL Research, and we would encourage such support, you can go to their website at llresearch.org to donate and or buy their books and other material. However, all LL Research material is free at their website. LL Research has given us a great blessing making their material free and easily accessible, including their fantastic new search engine, which those at LL Research have worked so hard to produce. Once again, we thank you all for viewing this video and know that we love you. At this time, we leave you as we found you in the love and light of the one infinite Creator. Go forth, therefore, rejoicing in the power and peace of the one infinite Creator. Adonai Basu Baragas.